السلام عليكم. طبعا اليوم استضافنا وحده من اصدقائي، واحد طلاب اللي ادرسهم اللغه العربيه. اسمها ايمي من السويد. ايمي تتعلم اللغه العربيه وياي صار لها ما يقارب سنه وكم شهر. ايمي تتكلم ما يقارب 7 لغات من ضمنها اللغه العربيه. طبعا ايمي بصوره عامه طريقه تعلمها اللغه والطريقه اللي يتعلمنا بها بصوره عامه هي طريقه تعلم طبيعيه، وراح ان شاء الله تسولف لكم شلون تعلمت هي اللغه، شنو الاشياء اللي تطبقها يوميا حتى تتعلم اللغه وتوصل بها ووصلت بها انه لهذا المستوى، وشلون جاي تتطور باللغه بصوره عامه. لكن ايمي ما تتبع اي نظام، تتبع نظام طبيعي فقط، تستخدم الاستماع والترديد والقراءه والتطبيق اللغه بصوره عامه بحياتها حتى تتعلمها. فالاشياء اللي راح تسمعها من ايمي او الاشياء اللي راح تسمعها يعني من كل الاشخاص اللي راح ان شاء الله نسوي وياهم مقابلات ونجيبهم هنا، هم تعلموا اللغه بصوره طبيعيه من دون تطرق للكتب، من دون تطرق لهاي الاشياء الاعتياديه. لذلك تشوفون يعني مستواهم يوصلون بمستويات جدا جيده باللغه. فراح اخليكم ويا المقابله، واذا كنت تحب يعني تنضم لنا للاجتماعات مالتنا فقط راسلني على الخاص او راسلني على الواتساب. نشوفكم ان شاء الله. زين، سولفي لي عن اللغه العربيه وليش تعلمتيها وشلون جاي تتعلمينها.
ليش تعلمت العربي؟ تعلمت العربي لأنه أحب هواي اللغات، وتعلمت هواي اللغات قبل من العربي، وكان بحياتي كان عندي وقت هواية وأريد أن أتعلم شيء جديد، وأحب العربي كلش. دائما أحبت العربي، بس كلش صعب، ودائما كان فكرة يعني ما أقدر أو مستحيل شوية. بس بعدين كان شوية بأبليكاسيون واحد بدولينجو، ولما تعلمت هواية من اللغة تعلمت أكثر وياك وناس تانية بالإنترنت كمان. واسمعت هواية كل يوم، اسمعت فدشي بعربي وكلمة وبدون أو دائما فدشي وإيه.
زين، شنو الأشياء اللي سويتيها حتى تتعلمين اللغة العربية؟
مرة ثانية؟
شنو الأشياء اللي سويتيها حتى تتعلمين؟
ما أدري سويتيها.
سويتي like you did.
The things I did.
Yeah.
جانب الابليكاسيون شفت شيء بيوتيوب، اكو واحد شخص من هو يسوي هواي فيديوهات في العراقي خصوصا. وشفت هواي شوية من الزرق ورق أو شيء. وهمن عندي كتاب صوت بعربي أو ويا شيء بعربي، يعني lessons درس بعربي.
زين.
واسمعت كل يوم، اسمعت أفكر اسمعت كل الوقت، قريب من الوقت كان ويل.
زين، من كنت تسمعين ايش قد تفتهمين من الاشياء اللي تسمعيها؟ let me repeat. من كنت تسمعين كم كنتي تفهمين؟
How I understand?
Like how much were you understanding from like all the things?
ماكو شيء بداية ماكو شيء. بس حس أفهم الكلمة، أفهم كلمة بس ما أفهم كل شيء، أو أفهم لما يحكون الناس هيج
اها
تدريب
ايه
الصورة وهي الصورة أفهمك.
اها ايه زين. من انت تتكلمين بالحياة الواقعية ويا الناس تفهمين؟
إذا أفهم
So
لما أحكي.
let me rephrase this one in English, all right? Because I have absolutely no idea how to rephrase it in Arabic, all right? Like, yeah. So when you're talking to people in real life, all right? Is it like similar, like what comes to your understanding? Is it similar, like the things that you're understanding from them? Is it similar to the things or the amount of the things that you understand from the people that you listen to on the internet? Or is it different?
It's much harder to understand real people because they have their different way of speaking, everyone. Like if I listen to one show the whole time, it's like the same person talking, and I understand like how they speak. And then when I speak to someone else, they use different words, you know?
Yeah. So, and another question, like when you were listening to people, all right? In the beginning, you were not able to understand like all the things, and like you said, like it's completely nothing. But like the amount of the things that you were understanding from them, like increased gradually as you like develop in your level. So now you're at a level where you can talk and you have a very good accent. All right. Like now the amount of the things that you can understand from people that you listen to, is it different? Depend on the person that you're listening to, for example.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah. Let me give you an example. Like for me, when I learned English, all right. So if I can listen to one person, all right, my understanding will be different, all right. The more I listen to that person, but if I listen to a new one, it's gonna be difficult, right? In the beginning, it will get easier. Are you facing the same thing in Arabic?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
And also between accents, because I randomly come across content in Arabic because I look also at Arabic videos on TikTok and stuff a lot.
Yeah.
And like I can understand Syrian really well. It's very clear.
Yeah.
It's so clear, especially after listening to Iraqi a lot.
Yeah.
Like Syrian is like clear as water, and Iraqi is harder, even though I've been listening to it much more.
Yeah. But your accent sounds so Iraqi.
Yeah, you think the accent is good?
Oh yeah, the accent is good. I mean, it's clear. There's nothing that I can complain on when it comes to your accent. All right, like, but here's the thing. Like, the only thing that you are struggling with is like the vocabulary that you're using. Well, that's gonna be like not like a big thing. All right, you can like maneuver when it comes to like to the vocabulary. But like the thing is like with the understanding. All right, because you're not like you're not exposed like to natural and like real speech every single day. All right.
No.
And that can be fixed easily, like by imitation, by mimicking, and all these things. And that brings me like to another question. Did you imitate when you were learning, or mimicked apart from the lessons that we were doing, because you were mimicking me and mimicking the way that I was saying the sentences? But like here and at your level right now, are you mimicking? Are you imitating like when you're listening, or like are you still like doing these things?
Yes, I think I'm not doing them. I don't have a program, but when I listen to things, or when I look at things, when I hear things that I like expression and things like that, I will say it out loud and then say it a few times, like making it stick to my brain. And then let it. Yeah. So when I hear things I like, especially phrases, is very good. Try to take them in.
Yeah. So what about grammar in general? Did you study grammar?
Not at all. And that's why I always listen, even if I don't understand, because I think I'm getting the grammar, even if I don't understand the words. Like getting the grammar, and the words I need to make an effort to learn, but the grammar I don't have to. I can just listen to gibberish, you know.
I want you to say that in Arabic. Just explain that in Arabic, because I want everyone to listen to what you're going to be saying in Arabic. Because here's the thing: you're speaking Arabic and you have a very good accent in the most difficult languages on earth, the second most difficult language on earth, all right, after like Mandarin, and you're speaking it like with a very, very good coherent way of like articulating yourself, all right. And you know, the fact that you did not learn the grammar, it's so unbelievable for a lot of Iraqis specifically, all right, because like they don't believe like, hey, I can learn the language without learning the grammar. I can learn the language without paying attention to it. You said like you have absolutely no program, and you're not following like anything. No. Despite the fact that you're not following all these things, you're still learning. All right, because that's a natural way of learning. You're listening and you're acquiring the patterns of the language, which is the grammar and the vocabulary and like the things that you want to learn, and like all of these things, like you're acquiring them naturally without paying attention to them, right? So I want you to like just say that in Arabic and explain to them that you did not learn the language using like textbook or like study the grammar or anything like that. All right,
what's grammar in Arabic?
It's gonna be قواعد. Yeah, قواعد. Yeah.
تمام. تمام. أني لما تعلمت العربي ما درست القواعد.
Yeah.
ما درست I don't know. قواعد.
Yeah, القواعد.
ما درست القواعد. أني أدري من قبل، يعني ما أفهم أو ما لازم أن درس هذا الشيء، لأنه كل الوقت يعني تعلمت اللغة الجديدة. تعلمت بدون درس أو بدون أن أدرس هواية ويا كتاب أو شيء. أنا تعلمت فرنسي بفرنسا، وأريد أن أتعلم فرنسي قبل من كان بفرنسا، بس كان كلش صعب، بس لما كان بفرنسا كان كلش سهل. وبس لأنه اسمعت كل وقت أو كل يوم أكو ناس هم يحكون فرنسي. وهذا المرة والعربي كان بسويد، بس أعرف هذا يعني الطريقة الأسأل لأن أتعلم لغة، واسمعت كل وقت فد شيء ببيت همين عندي، كل وقت فد شيء بتلفاز أو براديو بعربي.
زين. من كنتي أنتي تسمعين هم تقلدين؟
إيه أقول الشيء هم أحب وهم أفكر مهم. وفد مرة يعني اسمه أقولها فد مرة لأن يحكي أو لأن أقول خير الشيء همين.
زين. زين. شنو الأشياء or let me phrase this one in English, all right? So when you were listening and when you were imitating, did you imitate like random people, or you were specific and picky when it comes to the people that you were imitating? Because here's the thing: if you're going to be like imitating like faster talkers, all right, the people who talk fast, it's going to be difficult for you to cope with their accent or the cope with the language in general. So were you picky and were you like excelling and you know, advancing when you're choosing these people? For example, for me personally, when I was imitating people, when I learned English, I started imitating people who are speaking slowly, right, with a clear accent, with a more general accent. Then I was advancing as my level like got better and better in English. I was advancing and like imitating like faster speakers. Did you do the same?
Yeah. بعربي؟
Yeah. Yeah, say in Arabic.
إيه بعربي أو بعراقي ماكو هواية شيء بإنترنت. ما كان ما أقدر I can't choose so much. يعني ما أقدر أن قرار أني شنو أريد أن أسمع. بس أفكر هذا الشيء بخير. كان فكرة قبل فد يوم في هذا الموضوع. يعني أتوقع أحسن أو أفضل إذا تقدر فد واحد أو اثنين بالبداية شخص يعني اسمع، وبعدين تقدر أن اسمع شخص ثاني.
زين. من يا هو أكثر شخص كنتي ترددين وياه؟
شنو؟
يا هو أكثر شخص كنتي ترددين وياه؟
If there were more people who...
No, who was like the most person that you imitated? Don't say البشير show. Don't say
لأنه هو الواحد هو عنده كلمة إنجليزي. ويا يعني
So you're talking about the subtitle ترجم.
لا ترجم. هو فقط هو عنده شو كل أو جديد كل وقت ويا هذا with letters. ماكو ثاني عراقي بس بفصحى أو Egyptian.
زين. أنت هم تعلمتي لهجات أكثر غير العراقية؟
لا أو ما أريد بس أكو
زين ليش العراقية؟
تمام. أفكر العراقي اللهجة فقط بعراقي يقولهم كل هالصوت عربي هو من الفصحى. ما يقولون القاف أو يقولون القاف ببحرين أو وأردن ممكن بس مو بهواي مكان ما يقولون القاف. أريد أن أتعلم شنو يحجي الخير ويكون الصوت
وكل الأصوات.
وكل الأصوات.
تمام. زين. زين بصورة عامة من كنتي تتعلمين من بدايتي بالتعلم همين انطيتي أهمية للأصوات بالبداية؟
بس أصوات؟
بس الأصوات؟
لا مو هواية.
زين. كان أكو بعض الأصوات صعبة عليك؟
العين. ما أقدر أن أقول like still ما أقدر.
زين. شلون عالجتي هاي المشكلة؟ شلون عالجتي like how did you fix it؟
ما عالجتي ما I
no,
can still not say.
You're saying that I'm perfectly like there's nothing wrong with it.
تمام.
yeah.
أنا هاز يعني ما بخير العين شوي صعبة. الكلمة if in some words it's more hard. كلمة some words is harder.
So let me ask you this one. All right. And this is like a very, very common question. Like a lot of people ask me when they're trying to learn English, like how much does it take, or like how long does it take to learn the language itself? I'm talking like about the daily hours that you have to dedicate to the language.
So I think I started classes with you in January more than a year ago. So little more than 1 year ago. I started classes with you.
Yeah.
And at that point, I knew maybe 1,000. Yeah, I had been studying 10 minutes per day for a few months.
Yeah.
Very light.
Yeah.
So I knew some words, not a lot.
Yeah.
But now in 1.5 years, I think I've dedicated at least 1 hour every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
But not active, just passive.
Mm-hmm.
Just passive. I've done very little actively.
Yeah.
I've watched some shows with the subtitles actively.
Yeah.
And like had some, not a lot actually. Mostly just listen.
Yeah. But like in general, like that hour was like, you're talking like about the hours, like the intention, like you did that intentionally. For example, like you were listening to the show and you're watching the show in general, and you're intentionally paying attention to all the things. But you're doing like on the side, you were doing like something like passive listening. You were listening on your commute. You're listening to some stuff, music in general, talking and all these things.
I don't think music is that helpful actually.
What's that again?
Because I don't think music is very helpful.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Yeah,
because I don't understand Arabic music still today. I have to read the lyrics, and then maybe I can understand.
Oh yeah. So when it comes to the hours, all right. So the intention, the like, what you were listening to in that hour was you were putting work on that hour specifically. All right.
No, I would say if I would say the work I put in every day, it would be, I think it would be maybe 20 minutes active every day.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like the overall exposure to the language in general.
The overall exposure, I would say maybe 2 hours per day.
Yeah.
20 minutes active and 2 hours passive.
Yeah.
Every day for 1.5 years.
Oh,
and this is my level.
Oh yeah. I mean, you have a good level. So you have a good level. You can communicate and you can talk, and that's a very good thing.
But I'm also very passive. If you study harder, you're going to be there faster. I think.
Yeah. And
but
this is why I say to all my students. Yeah, and this is why I say to all my students, like you have to dedicate like specific hours every single day, whether that learning was passive or active. All right, as long as we are exposed to the language. That's why I give them like a very long novels, very long listening materials. I tell them like to write and all these things to increase the exposure to the language. All right, so they get exposed like let's say 8 hours or 10 hours every single day. All right. So and like this is one thing that I do believe in. All right, the more you're exposed to the language every single day, the faster they will learn. All right. So for example, like in your case, in my case, all right, because I learned English like I think it took me like 1 year. All right, like to be able to talk, not to have the American accent, but like just to communicate and talk comfortably. It took me around like 1 year. All right, if I dedicated more time, it could have been like less than that. All right, you too. All right, you too like could have taken you like way less than a year and a half. All right.
Exactly.
So, in your opinion, and I want you to say that in Arabic. In your opinion, like, do you believe like if you dedicated like let's say 5 or 10 hours a day, like could it have been like let's say 6 months or 8 months to speak the language?
Yeah. أفكر أو براجع العربي ما أدري. I don't know because I didn't try with Arabic. بس تقدر إذا أدرس شوية راح تتعلم كلش بسرعة. بس لا لازم همين تحبها أو تريد أن أسوي هذا الشيء هواية كل يوم. إذا ما تحب أن أسوي الشيء ما راح you're not going to continue. I don't know how to say
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
You're gonna stop.
Oh yeah. Well.
هذا كلش مهم. لازم أسوي شيء تحب أن أسويها وما like stress. It needs to be like easy flowing. أو
Yeah.
stress. شو أقول stress.
But we call it stress too. Like a lot of people, I hear a lot of people call it stress, but they don't say like stress. They say stress.
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 Stress together.
Yeah. أنا علي stress. Yeah. The hell are you talking about? Like, yeah. All right. So خلينا نشوف والله. أنا أعتقد ريا عندها هواي أسئلة. ريا ويسار وقية هميان. ريا تسمعينا؟ خلينا نبدأ ويا ريا.
السلام عليكم أستاذ، شلون الصحة؟
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله. هلا ريا.
Just wanted to ask Amy, and how many languages do you speak except the Arabic language?
So I speak 6 other languages, and Arabic is my 7th language.
Do you first
not at all reading or writing so much. For me, it's been all listening, because I can, when I cook food or when I do something, I'm always listening. But when I do reading, I need to like pay attention, and I don't have so much time to pay attention. So it's a lot more time if I listen all the time.
And the level of the 7 languages you speak, are they perfect or fluent?
Yeah, the other languages are very good. Arabic is the one that I'm not comfortable in yet.
What are the 7 languages?
So my father is Dutch from Holland. So, and my mother is Swedish. So I speak Swedish and Dutch from the beginning. English, and then I lived in France for 2 years and spoke French from there. I lived in Spain and I learned Spanish. It's very close to French, so it was easy. In like 4 months, I was okay in Spanish.
Yeah.
Only Spanish people, so it was,
yeah.
Good.
So sorry to interrupt here. All right. So when it comes to Spanish, all right, you learn it like in 4 months. All right. So why was it so quick?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah. Why was it so quick?
Because I knew French. So I was speaking French with the people, and they would understand half, and they would say, "What is this word?" And then I would say maybe that in English, and they would say, because they're so related.
Yeah, so the grammar, like the structure of the language itself, is similar to French, right? Yeah. So that was a plus for you.
Yes, very big, very good.
Yeah. So that's like that's one of the things that I always pay attention when it comes to languages. For example, like Arabic and Persian. Arabic and Persian are so close. We have the same, not the same structure, but like similar things, similar vocabulary. Like we're so close when it comes to languages, considering the fact we're so close to each other. We're neighbors, right? So the further the country is, or where the language is spoken, the more different it will be. And the more different it will be, the more difficult it will be to learn.
Yeah.
And when it comes to English and Arabic, they're like separate. They're way apart from each other. That's why they're different. All right. And that's why people like have a very, very difficult time to learn English. And they don't really understand the fact that both languages are different. And they still connect them together with the hope of like, hey, I can talk English the same way I talk in Arabic, or express things the same way. They don't really understand, like, even when you're expressing like things, if you're expressing them in Arabic, it's going to be very, very different than English. That's why, like, I always say, like,
And if you know 2 languages as a child, like I did, you already know that there's different structures. So you already know that there's so you will adopt maybe more easily a new structure.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and there's a fact here, because the more languages you learn, or the more languages you speak, the higher your IQ will be, and the faster you will learn like literally anything, because your brain will be trained to understand like complex things in different ways. It will increase your ability to understand things. Just like
So, and the last one is German. Yeah. So I speak kind of only 2 language families, or 3 with Arabic, because English and German and Dutch, the 4 of them, they're all Germanic languages. And then French and Spanish are Latin languages, and then you have Arabic, that is also its own. I'm guessing.
So here's go ahead, Ria.
Why did you learn Arabic? What can it serve you?
First of all, I think I'm just interested in languages already from the beginning. So that's one big part. And I was in a place in my life where I felt like I needed a challenge, because I get bored. So I wanted a challenge also. And also like Arabic, I have been very interested in like Arabic poetry, because there is a lot of big Arab poets, and also Persian actually. But so it was a nice goal for me to think that maybe one day I can understand or read this poem in like the original language. I have some kind of love also for like the language and the
What is your educational attainment?
Outside, I have studied. I have a bachelor in physics, so I studied like mathematics in the bachelor.
Science, do you mean?
Yeah, science.
Science,
yeah. So I did both, because everyone says you have to be good at math or good at languages, you know, like. But you can have both. You can do it, but you have to just learn a lot. Be curious.
Do you work now? Where do you work now?
Now I have a very good mix, because now I'm working at a data science company, which is working with language data. So like natural language processing, it's called. So it's like a very good mix between like grammar, language understanding, and computer science.
Where in the country?
What was it again, Ria?
In which country do you work?
Sweden.
Okay.
By the way, Ria is from Baghdad. وتحكي بغدادي. So her accent is different than mine. Right, my accent is a bit southern. Her accent is like a mid-Iraqi accent. So just you will be like I'm gonna talk in Arabic, right, a bit, all right, so you can have the chance to listen to the Baghdadi accent. ريا تسمعيني؟
ايه
انا حكيت لها عن طبعا ايمي هي تحب اللهجه العراقيه وتتعلم لهجات مختلفه، وهي كانت هي طالبه عندي، فمن كنت ادرسها يعني اللهجه مالتنا، ندرسها يعني لهجه عراقيه بصوره عامه، لكن هي تريد انه تسمع لهجتكم، اللهجه البغداديه الاصليه مثل ما يقولون. فاذا كنت يعني عندك اطلاع يعني على لهجه بغداد الاصليه كلش، احكي لها، خليها اساليها اسئله باللهجه البغداديه.
ايه يعني مثلا انت بنيتك ايمي انه تجين لبغداد؟
تجين is come or what?
ايه تجين.
I would like to.
So well, Amy first, like will you do you understand what لعد is? لعد.
لا.
All right. Do you understand what ده? If I say ده آكل, ده أشرب.
To eat, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm talking about. Like that's the Baghdadi accent. We don't like in the South. We don't say da. We say jai. For example, if I say like jai akil, jai ashrab. And another thing, we don't say like akul. All right, we say akil. So So here's the thing, like the Southern accent is like more, we would think of like masculine, way of talking. All right. Yeah, the hippie way. All right.
Yeah. But I would say da'ahchi. Like I would say da'ahchi.
Oh yeah. But yeah, if you're gonna be using the lad from now on, then yeah, you will be talking Baghdadi, like full Baghdadi. Yeah. Zian, like you talked about songs in general, all right? And I don't really learn from songs even when I was learning English. I don't like learning from songs because like they don't really give you the real like indigenous and correct pronunciation because they manipulate the way they talk, right? I want you to explain why you are not learning these things from songs, and I want you to talk in Arabic, all right?
لأنه ما أفهم شنو يقولون. أقدر أن اسمع إذا عندي الكلمة من الغني أقدر أن أفهم بخير، بس إذا ما عندي الكلمة ما أفهم. بس إذا تعلم كل الكلمة من الغني بعد شوي أقدر أن أفهم الغني وأقدر أن أتعلم مفرد أكثر من المفردات من الغني، بس هذا الشيء يعني active مو passive. ما أقدر أن أتعلم ماكو شيء من الجرامر أو من الميلودية مثل قلت من الغني ما أنطيني هذا الشيء. بس كلمة ما أقدر أن like use it for memorizing.
Yeah. إيه تفضل يا.
أنا هسه قالت مال أقدرن، هي هاي الأقدرن مال أهل الجنوب، إحنا بالبغداد نقول أقدر.
ما
أقدر.
Yeah.
هسه تقول أقدرن بالنون آخر نون.
لا ما نقول إحنا نون، ما نقول إحنا أقدرن.
أقدر.
يا أقدرن.
مثلا ما دائما أنا أسمعها، أنت هم مرات أستاذ تقولها أقدرن.
ما منتبه لي.
I think I said قلت أقدر أن أتعلم أو فد شيء.
يمكن أقدر. يمكن بس أنا سمعتها أقدرن.
Okay.
Yeah. زين. Like so for like in general, like do you write in Arabic? Do you read? Do you use writing to learn the language itself, or any languages?
No.
Right, like in general, did you use writing to learn?
No, not at all. Now هسه أكتب is writing, right?
Yeah.
أكتب شوية بموبايل ويا العربي ويا letters, the Arabic letters. بس ما أكتب ويا اليد، ما راح أتعلم لأنه ما I don't use it.
تمام. إيه تفضل يسار تسمعني؟
نعم أستاذ سمعك. بس أسأل شوي أنا عادي.
أي سأل تفضل.
Hi, how's it going? عيد السؤال أستاذ.
إيه تفضل اسأل. ما سمعتك أنا.
نعم. Hi Amy. How is it going?
Good. How are you?
I am fine. Do listening and imitate, it was beneficial to you?
Yeah, especially listening, I think, and imitating. Yeah, the key parts. Like I never imitated like a complete episode or a complete thing. Just like phrases that I like, that I think sound good, and like I can say it like this, you know.
What is your native language?
Swedish is the first, and Dutch also from Holland.
What advice to improve English language?
My advice is always have English on. Like even if I watch, like this sounds maybe weird, but if I watch a movie, I will have sometimes Arabic, a little video in Arabic playing on my phone, like next to me. I'm watching another movie in English that I want to see, but I'm still like, I still have something in the background that's just like in Arabic, happen.
Yeah.
So even if I don't focus, if I focus on something else completely, I will just have my phone with Arabic somewhere, so that I still like somehow hear it. And I think this is like, it's very good because you will hear words sometimes and you will, because otherwise it's like you have to study hard, more time. This is the way to like incorporate it without any work. So you get much more hours of study every day.
Yeah. Well,
thank you, Amy.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you being here, Amy. I don't want to keep you for longer than this because I know it's late for you. And thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you being here, and thank you for all the advices and sharing all the knowledge with me and with students.
Thank you for having me.
It was so good to see you, girl. Like, I'm so happy to see you and so happy to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
عندكم بعد أسئلة؟
لا ماكو أي سؤال.
تمام. Thank you so much, Amy.
Okay.
We'll stay in touch. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Good night.
See you soon. Bye, Amy. Bye.